Hey guys, welcome back. Passion for us, passion for real estate. This is your host, Cris Del Cid, alongside
Nestor Gotay. We are real estate agents licensed in Virginia, Maryland, and the District of Columbia.
Wow, can you believe we're season 2 again, episode 2?
Episode 2.
We're continuing with season 2, prequel power. In
That's
this
right.
episode, we're going to bring you guys credit score and credit report and score.
That's right.
So we have right now a sample credit report. We're going to continue with what we started season 1 of CIA. If you guys remember, that's credit, income, and assets. I'm going to jump right into this.
Let's do it.
Let's go right into this credit report. And we're going to bring you guys today the information you need to read a credit report. Now, you guys might have these new apps here, Credit Karma, or maybe your bank or something gives you a score through one of the bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, or Equifax. This is courtesy of Advantis. It's a sample credit report, guys. So this person is not real. In this credit report, the format it has, it's going to have a date when it was issued, when it was pulled. It's going to have your 3 bureau credit scores. And now something new in the credit reports that comes up is a way to try to raise your credit score. But that's a totally different issue, but it's on there just in case you guys see some pluses or minuses. There's also going to be a credit summary part to it. And in here, it just kind of shows all your accounts that are reporting to your credit. And it shows, it has a summary of all your total debt, how many inquiries you had, if you have any derogatory items such as bankruptcies, collections, charge-offs. And also, in this particular one, it has a late payment history section. So it's going to show all your late payments that you've had within the last few years. This one looks like it's a cutoff of the last 4 years. Continuing on with this Advantis credit report, again, here's a credit score again. It jumps right into your credit history, and this is the part we want you guys to see here, is to read your trade lines. So in your trade lines, this one, for example, is from Chase. It's got your account number. It's got who it belongs to. In case you're pulling with your husband or with your spouse, it's gonna show whose it is, if it's open or closed, how many months has been open, date it was open, last activity, which bureaus is reporting to, and if you have any late payments in the past history of the account. Also, your credit limit. This is an $89,000 credit limit credit card. That's a huge amount, and it shows any past dues, your monthly payments, and your balance on the account there. Continuing on, I'm going to look for any other account here. I have a revolving account here, charged from GMB. Same information on here. It doesn't really change. I think Nestor has a different credit report for us that is in a different format.
That's right. And so what we're trying to show you guys is what you need to look for. Maybe you haven't seen a credit report, a mortgage credit report. We want you guys to understand the concept. It comes in blocks and trade lines, right? Every line, right, it has information about each creditor that you owe or you ever had an account with, right? So I have a different credit report right here to show you. This is from Birchwood Credit Services. And same concept, right? Like I was telling you, blocks and whatnot. But here, this is a mortgage trade line right there, right? So, and it shows you your late payments right there. So, what if you have collections, right? If you have collections, you want to probably contact the creditor and ask them, how can I get into a settlement with you? How can I pay less and remove it from my credit history? Maybe you want to look for options in order to fix your credit. So this is why I wanted to show you this guy. So if you go to the end of the credit report, you can find the list of those creditors that you owe, that you have accounts with. You have their addresses, and then you have their phone numbers. Give them a call, ask them if you have a collection, if you have a judgment, if you have a charge off, if you have medical collections that are very famous nowadays.
Correct.
So if you have those things, so give them a call, and maybe you can dispute this information, and you can possibly improve your credit score, right? So
That's right. You might be able to get them actually either removed completely, because they have to follow certain guidelines as well to report it to your credit. So if it's a derogatory item, don't be scared to dispute it. That's why the information's on there. If you feel it's incorrect, or just give them a call and see. I mean, you might be lucky enough to where they didn't report in the correct way, and they might have to remove it off your credit score. I'm sorry, your credit report.
The credit report. But then, what does it mean having a a bad credit?
Bad credit.
Because a lot of people think they have bad credit, and they automatically disqualify themselves, right, from buying a house.
That's something you don't want to do, because there are certain guidelines from the lenders that allow people with so to say bad credit, which I would define bad credit as having a really low credit score and a lot of derogatory items on there. But in some cases, you might not even have to pay things of the nature of medical collections, maybe, or certain charge-offs.
That's right.
That you don't have to pay. And here Nestor has for us those guidelines that he's going to show to us.
That's right. So we want you guys to know where to go get that information. If you think you have bad credit, if you already know your credit score, and you want to buy your primary residence, your first home, we suggest you guys go to HUD.gov and look for the FHA Resource Center. And there, you guys are going to find this handbook right there, the FHA Single Family Housing Policy Handbook. Open it up. You can even download it to your phone, and this one is going to come up. It's going to be very long. It has 1,009 pages. But look for the section. It happens to be page 179 of the PDF file, and it will tell you what's the minimum credit score that you need in order to buy a property with FHA financing. Here, between 500 and 579, you're limited to a maximum loan to value of 90% of the purchase price.
Guys, that means that you need 10% with a minimum 500 credit score.
And then if you have 580 points, you're eligible for a maximum financing, which the maximum financing is 96.5% of the purchase price.
Now that's 3.5% of your purchase price, guys. So that's the minimum down payment that you can put right now in the market for FHA loan, or any type of loan, actually.
That's right. So that's for FHA financing. So now I'm going to show you guys, if you're trying to qualify, let's say, for a conventional financing. Go to FannieMae.com and look for mortgage products for single families, right? And look for the eligibility and pricing. And something like this is going to come up. And right here, you can take a look at this, and you will find out that you can buy a property with 620 credit score for a conventional finance. A different type of loan. It requires a little bit of a higher credit score, but we can say that a lot of people think that they need 700 or more in order to buy a property.
Correct.
And a large down payment.
Correct. Correct. And that's true in some cases with a lot of lenders that do what they call A paper, which is they want to just focus on good credit scores and having everything in order is what they want. But there are different options up there for you to purchase. Low credit scores, like we said, also with some collection accounts too that might not have to be paid for you to purchase a property.
So this is what we bring to you guys today. Just to recap, so you already know that for FHA financing, 500 to 579 with 10% down. You go online, look for the guidelines. You can read those guidelines yourself. You already know about FHA conventional financing, and we already explained to you guys how the credit report looks like. So that's what we bring to you guys this episode.
That's right, guys. And also remember that your whoever you go to get pre-qualified, they're going to know these guidelines, and that's the importance of having a team when you go to purchase, is them knowing what program they're going to qualify you in for your needs, for whatever you have. Every loan, every deal is different, so they have to know where to put you that's best going to fit for you. That's it for us for this episode, guys. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, and that's not the only factor to determine whether or not you qualify. That's where we bring you the CIA, right? Next episode, is going to be income, the I of CIA.
Correct, guys. Don't forget CIA. You heard it here first. This is Cris Del Cid signing off alongside
Nestor Gotay. We are real estate agents licensed with Realty Concepts Group. Thank you, guys.